PTF, PeopleSoft Test Framework, is all about automated testing. And the point of automated testing is to test early and test fast so you can take maintenance faster. Basically, stay current and stay happy, right? But what should you test? Well, definitely core functionality, definitely customizations. Make sure those customizations still work after an upgrade. But with all the configuration options we have today, what do you think? Should we be testing configurations as well? Here, let me give you an example. Let's say we use Page and Field Configurator to hide a field. Here's what I want. I want a test that proves that field is still hidden after an upgrade. I mean, it should be, right? You know what else? I want a test to confirm that transaction still functions. I mean, based on changes to the component, my configuration may actually break the component. And I want to catch that during maintenance, not after go live. So here's my thought. Every time we make a configuration, we should create a test. Here, let's try it. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to use Page and Field Configurator. I'm going to configure, well, here, let's take a look at the target transaction first. PeopleTools, portal, and node definitions. Now, node definitions, it's kind of an interesting component in that you can get to it from two ways. But here's what I want to do. Let's pretend we're creating a new node here, ABC123, and the default user ID. Well, it starts out blank, of course, and well, you probably realistically, you should be thinking about the user that you want here. You know, I've got an idea. Let's say that we created an underprivileged user ID. Then we want to use that as our default so that people don't think, hey, let's just go ahead and use a super user. So let's do that. Let's pretend we have an underprivileged user ID that we want to be the default user ID. Now keep in mind with nodes, the default user ID is only used when no other security is supplied with the request, or when security is not required with the service operation and no security is supplied with the request. So it's the default, which is hence the term default. Anyway, let's go into Page and Field Configurator and let's set up some defaults. So let's see, let's go to Enterprise Components, Page and Field Configuration, Page and Field Configurator. Let's find our component name, IB node. Oh, sorry, add a new value. I can't tell you how many times I've done that too. Why is the component not there? Oh yeah, have to be in add mode. Okay, now let's find the default user ID. You know, sometimes, because if we look back here, if we look, what we need is we need a list, and then we're going to set the default value, or we need a field and then the default value. So let's click on the pencil there. And the page name is the IB node page. It's the front page there. We can actually do a quick Control-J and confirm, yes, IB node. You know, the Page and Field Configurator was designed for functionals, but sometimes I wonder, it kind of crosses the line, doesn't it? I think you definitely want to be a functional super user in order to use Page and Field Configurator. And I know those people, those functional people, I know many of them that are using it. They are clearly super users. Okay, IB node, and then let's find the field. So it is the, I see there 33 here. Let's go ahead and locate more. Default user ID, there it is. Okay, but no, really, I want to confirm because I can't tell you how many times I've done a Page and Field Configurator and I've seen the same field listed multiple times. Well, this is an exception. I seriously doubt that default user ID is in the component buffer multiple times, but let's confirm. There are a couple of ways we can do that. There's one way we can kind of cheat. We can just inspect here and look at the HTML because the ID for it is going to be the concatenation of the record in the field. And since this is PeopleTools, PeopleTools doesn't use underscores within the names of their objects. So message node defin underscore user ID. Message node defin underscore user ID. Awesome. Okay. Now, if I wanted to be really, really, really sure, I would open Application Designer and confirm from there, but I feel pretty good here. So let's see, that was the default user ID, and let's go with a default value of, oh, I don't know, there are several people in my database. Let's go with 8 atoms. And then let's save. Oh, of course, we need a description. Let's see, how about let's call this node definition configurations. You know, when we're creating these Page and Field Configurator configurations, The temptation, at least my first temptation was when I created one of these configurations, was to put a description in here that matched what was going on down here. But I soon realized that, hey, you only get one of these configurations per component. So I actually might have a lot of things going on here. And I may have started with just this one item, but over time, this description here that may relate to this one item doesn't make any sense. Like, for example, configure a default user ID for nodes. That might be what I'm doing today. But tomorrow and over time, I'm going to build this up with a lot more configurations. And over time, I'm doing a lot more than that. So I got to thinking about it. You know, the only description that really makes sense to me is the label on the component. Okay, let's go ahead and map this. Whoa, look at all of those. Let's just go with the employee portal. So this, of course, being PeopleTools, it exists in all of the portals. Let's do integration broker and node definitions. Let's go ahead and apply configuration. Okay, let's just do a quick visual ourselves. And let's make sure it's really working. Test 1, 2, 3. Awesome, A atoms. Okay, cool. Now I want to test. So let's go ahead and let's record a quick test. Create a new test. And let's see, record. Hook the browser and start recording. We'll just go ahead and record the entire login process. Normally, I coach people to slow down a little bit when they're clicking and wait for the user interface to update, but we can clean up this test if we want to. Anyway, let's keep going. Navigator, and then that was under PeopleTools. And I'll take the portal path to get there. There are two paths to get there. Portal or integration broker. Portal happens to be the shorter path. And let's see, PeopleTools, portal, node definitions. And we'll switch into add mode. Add a new value. And what's the name we want to use for this? How about test 1, 2, 3? That works. We won't save, so it won't matter. This is the key right here. This is what we're doing. Verify. Verify, so we're verifying that default value. Verify A atoms. Text, verify, message node, A atoms. Perfect, awesome. Okay, I like it. I'm going to stop. And then let's go ahead and close the recorder, look back at our test. Now in our PTF courses, we teach you how to clean up, etc. But here I look back and I see the text verify, A atoms, okay? In add mode, perfect. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's save this. JSM, no, using our site-specific prefix. Let's see. Let's pretend that we did that through IB, so integration broker. So we went with our site-specific prefix, then the module, and now the component nodes. Let's see, and what actually is this doing? It is def opper verify. Okay, I like it. Cryptic enough. And that's why PTF gives us comments, so we can further clarify, as well as a description. Okay, let's go ahead and play this back. Again, you know, it should take only a minute. In a prior episode, we showed ways that we can optimize tests to make them run faster. So I encourage you to look back at that as well. Some things that we could do to make this test run a little faster. Okay, so let's see, it's logged in. It is now navigating to, again, these are some of the things that we would have cleaned up in our test. There's no reason to open the nav bar. We're not actually using it. We're using a page prompt. Now we're going to go into add mode. I have a little trick for that as well, that we could clean that up to go direct into add mode. Then it's going to do the verify of A atoms, and perfect, verify. Expected A atoms, got A atoms. So going forward, as you create those configurations, think about those PTF test cases that are going to confirm that your configurations still work. In fact, if we were practicing Agile with test-driven development suggests that you create tests first. Now, in our case, of course, since we're using a recorder, we wouldn't be able to do that. But definitely, we should be thinking about that, pairing those together. Do you have a configuration? Where's your test? And we should be asking those around us, hey, I see you did a configuration. Where's your test? At JSM Pros, we believe that PTF is one of the top 3 most important, most valuable PeopleTools technologies to learn, which is why we teach PTF several times per year. Be sure to check out our website to see when we're offering it next. Or here's an idea, subscribe to our LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter feeds to receive updates every time we post a course. Or, do you have a team that wants to learn PTF? Give us a call, and let's get something on the schedule. Now, if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more content. And we look forward to seeing you in the next episode.